This is Course 2, Chapter 7, Lesson 3 on histograms, and I am Mrs. McCowan. Today's learning goal: by the end of this lesson, every student will be able to construct and analyze histograms. This is Benchmark Math 7S 6-2. Today we have one vocabulary word, and the vocabulary word is histogram. A histogram is a bar graph that shows the frequency of data grouped within equal intervals. Question number 1. The histogram shows the results of a survey asking people the number of hours they sleep at night. Looking at the histogram chart, can we answer these two questions? Question number 1. How many people sleep less than 9 hours? Well, looking at our chart, we can determine this by seeing the interval 9 to 11. And so we know that they can't sleep at least 9. They have to be less than 9. So it's not these people. So I count 53 here and 25. When I add 53 plus 25, I get 78 people sleep less than 8 hours. And make sure you write people because you are describing what the number 78 is. Okay, next, what is the median number of hours people sleep per night? Well, looking at the other chart, we can tell the median by looking at the frequency. So if I find the total number of people surveyed, the total number would be 25 plus 53 plus 17 plus 5 is 100. So the total number of people surveyed were 100. So the median is between the middle of these people surveyed. So the middle would be person number 51 and 50. So whatever person number 50 and 51 are at, that's where I'll find my median. So looking at this, the first 25 people said that they were 3 to 5. Then the next 53 people said that they were 6 to 8. Well, I know that I fall in this category of the middle, so the median numbers of hours slept per night would be 6 to 8 hours. Question number 2. I'd like you to pause the video and answer question number 2 on your own. Okay, let's check our answers. How many runners completed the race in less than 50 minutes? Your answer should have been 33 runners. If we look at our graph, we can see that in 50 minutes or more, 17 completed it, but when I add these numbers, 33 runners completed it. Now, what is the median time people ran the race? Well, knowing and adding up all the numbers, there were 50 people that ran the race. So when I divide 50 divided by 2, I find that the number is between 25th and 26th times. So looking at that, in between this time over here, which would be 45 to 49.59, that the race time would be 47:30. I got that by adding these two numbers together and dividing by 2. Question number 3. The table shows the number of hours students watch TV in 1 week. Make a histogram of the data. So to make a histogram, we need to find first what a good title for our graph would be. Looking at this, we're talking about TV, so in hours, so we're going to call this TV number of hours. That's our title for a graph. Now we have to choose our intervals. So I'm going to make this a small frequency table. So I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9. So we'll do 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and those will be my intervals. Next, I need to figure out how many fall between that. So I count 2 plus 4 plus 9. Well, that's 15. Then I count 6 plus 8 plus 3, which is 17. Then I count 9 plus 3 plus 5, which is 17. Okay, now this is a frequency table. I didn't make a histogram. Obviously, I have no bars. So now what I'm going to do with this frequency table is make it into a histogram. So we're going to continue with the TV hours. That's still our title. And here along the side we have number of students. And along the bottom we have hours. So when we write that, we should get something like this. Hours of television watched, number of students, hours, done. Now notice on the left I skipped to 4 to 8 to 12 to 16 to 20. You can skip at different intervals, but the bottom lists the intervals that I had in my frequency table, and then I label how much is there above the bar. This is not a bar graph. A bar graph has space. Notice that this does not have space. They're right next to each other. If you have spaces between your bars, it's a bar graph. If you don't have spaces between your bars, it's a histogram, and there are intervals at the bottom. Okay, number 4, I'd like you to pause the video and complete this on your own. Okay, check your work and see if you have the correct bar graph. You should have household pets as the title. You should have the frequency labeled here. That would be the number of people that had the number of households. If you wrote households here, that's also correct. The number of pets is at the bottom with our intervals of pets. And then we have our numbers, 18, 9, and 4. Make sure that the bars are next to each other. Spaces mean it's a bar graph. If it has no space, it is a histogram, and it also has to have the interval. Now that you're done with your notes, please write a 3-sentence summary. If you need extra help, you can go back and watch this video again, ask Mrs. McCown a question, or come in the morning for extra tutoring. Thank you for watching.